I moved to Houston in '95, so the first song that I remember hearing is like Riding Dirty came out. So like hearing that, my buddy had a white Chevy Lumina with 212 Rockford Fosgates, and I remember that banging. One Day was the song I remember, but always been a fan. But we had Discover Day for all of our employees, where we got all of our employees together at Fertitta Center. We had to connect to Bethel's place, which was pretty cool. But
that was very cool.
But getting to have you there as like a fan, I was fanboying the whole day. I mean, it was so cool. But you stepped in and you were already engaged with our employees. It was just a natural fit from the beginning.
I'm still finding out exactly how corporations work. I got an inside look of how local companies operate, and I've been able to continue to see that based on this relationship. Just the way that you guys engage with your team, the way you encourage your team. Me as a young business owner, I'm looking at these kind of things because of course we would love to grow, and expand as a brand. But I also want people to enjoy working for Trill Burgers, right? Trill Burgers is also somewhere where the community knows they can come and engage with me. I get to talk to people, just like you talk about your experience here. That's what a lot of people talk about. When did they first come into contact with Bun B, and when did they first start listening to UGK, and how long they've been supporting me. And most of these people that come here have already spent money with me in some form or fashion, right? So I want to be thankful to that off top before they even get in here and spend one dime at Trill Burgers. I know a lot of these people have already financially been supportive of me at some point in my 30+ year career. So I want to thank them for that, acknowledge that, and make sure that they know that they're appreciated before they even get in the door, before they even get food, and before they even spend money with Trill Burgers.
Right. You said something interesting a couple minutes ago. You referred to yourself as a young business owner.
The business is young.
I know, I get it, but I understand what you're saying. And can you talk about some of the lessons that you learned as a artist and how you've applied it to expanding Trill Burgers?
The interaction with customers, right? That's always been a part of my career. So 30 years of meet and greets and autograph signings and photos and all of that really prepared me for this. But it's a different conversation now, right? Typically, if I'm releasing an album and I have a meet and greet, then the conversation's solely locked in on that album. With Trill Burgers, we can start with that point, right? Like that's our cultural cue into the conversation, but then it grows into other things. How did you get into this? Who did you choose to be partners? Like, did you make the burger? Did you create the burger? All of these different conversations that are a lot more personal. So when people come to Trill Burgers, obviously they're coming for the burger, but it should feel Trill to them, right? Everything that you think Trill Burgers might be, short of me riding up in a slab, it pretty much exists here. It feels like it should feel good. The only difference between my entertainment career and my burger career is how often the product is purchased. So for an album release, they would come in, I would make sure everyone felt welcome, took pictures, signed autographs, talked to them, and then they buy the album and they go home and they enjoy the album for however long they like the music or it feels relevant to their life. With food, I'm selling the same album every day to the same person. But for us, I look at brands like Sony for inspiration. I look at food companies like Nobu for inspiration because these are products that I've had in various places around the world, and the experience has always been consistent and the product has always been reliable.
But that's huge for us because if our members access us via online, in our branch, that's huge for our employees to hear that because it's that consistent experience whether you visit us in the Heights or whether you go to Lake Jackson, right? It needs to be the same experience.
You're talking about relationship. So approaching, opening, and expanding Trill Burgers, right? Started with pop-ups, and then at some point you needed a financial partner.
Yes.
Can you kind of walk us through that process?
When we first, partnered with TDCU, and obviously what we were doing the burgers for the company event, and just an idea of how you guys related to your employees and your staff and how free everybody was able to be, right? You guys don't have this uptight business environment, right? People are professional, but people are still allowed to be human, right? And I'm like, okay, that's the kind of thing that make people excited about going to work, right? And then for us as a young company, as we're expanding, we're growing with staff, so I want to make sure that I'm the proper type of leader. But I also want people to enjoy working for Trill Burgers, right? I want people to feel like family, not just employees and staff. And the way you guys set up everything over there, it was amazing. So I'm taking notes on that. The beautiful thing about TDCU is how localized you guys are. We as a brand want to make sure that we represent the community that we come into And we're trying to give back as much as we take. And you guys have a great business model for that. I reached out to Josh, and you guys couldn't have been more inviting, right? Like, come on in, let us know what you need. You guys trusted this company, you had faith in this company, and you believed in us. Even as a small business, right? You guys really believed in us, as you do with other partners that you have. And I don't think anything gets more Houston than the livestock show and rodeo, right? So this was a perfect opportunity for us to really present ourselves again to a mass audience on a mass scale. And there's no way we couldn't have done that without a partnership from a company like you guys. It's beautiful to be able to have that kind of a relationship with a bank here. And I can just get in the car and drive right over there to Sugarland and pop in and, hey guys, here's some things we're thinking. Where can we make this work? Where can you guys give us a helping hand on that? And I'm hoping that as we grow as a company, that we never have to extend beyond your guys' doors. I really enjoy the partnership and the people.
But I think that that's what's so interesting about you, Bun, you know, and that we appreciate your partnership, man. Opening up your doors for us to come in and chat. But you're so authentically Houston, man. Like when it's 713 Day, I know Bun's gonna be somewhere there, you know. But you know, we partnered with guys like Donkey Boy, who I know you're close with. You know, and you've collabed with Donkey Boy, you know, the Texans and
Frankie Cardona.
Yeah, Frankie Cardona, University of Houston. But you know, we're trying to be that financial institution that's authentic, but it takes partnerships like you, man, to always be there for us. And I know that if I call you and I need a favor, you're always there for me, man. Congrats on the success, man. We're so happy for you, brother.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Let's go get those burgers.
Oh yeah, let's do it.